Hi, this is Chris Day, Managing Editor of the Florence Morning News and scnow.com. We're outside the Florence City Center today. Mayor Teresa Ervin is getting ready to announce her Youth Initiative program today. Let's go inside and talk to Mayor Ervin. You are launching a four-pronged initiative. Can you just tell me a little bit about each prong?
Yes. Well, it's entitled Mayor's Coalition for Humanity. And the reason why it's entitled that way, I believe that as a city, we have everything we need here. But what we need to do is look at it and bring it together. So the first part of this initiative that you will be hearing this weekend, and actually up to the 19th, will be the part which is the Mayor's Youth Initiative. Now that will be a collective group of people and services here in the city and county of Florence who will come together to work together to provide for the emotional needs, physical needs of the citizens, especially our youth and their families. But not only that, it's important that we look at our environment. So one of the things that I've done is look at the Green Initiative. But that has been obtained now that we have our Resiliency and Sustainability Committee that will look at the things that we need to be a healthy city when it comes to our environment, and so that we can be progressive in the future as well. But not only that, we have to look at the financial need of our city, the jobs, the career, bringing the companies in. So that prong will consist of working with partnership to work on those economic needs of the city and working with the county. And that is presently being met by being a part of the Florence County Economic Development Partnership. So when we think about things like that, as well as continuing to promote the downtown and community development, equalizing the funds that we put into those services. Those are the four things that we're looking at. So we're looking at economic development, we're also looking at our communities, we're looking at health, and we're looking at our environment.
Okay, let's go a little deeper into the youth initiative.
The first thing that we will be doing will be this August 19th, will be the first thing that you as a public see, will be August the 19th at Barnes Street. We will be having a Mayor's Youth Initiative where you'll be introduced to some of the partners. And the important thing about that is that the partners will be services or the individuals who provide services for our youth and their family. So we will start now to get all that connected. So when someone calls one agency, and if that's not the service they need, these partners can now pick up, call the other agency, and do what we call a warm handoff. So we want to provide for those things that will help a child have a successful future. And for them to have a successful future, they need a strong family. So what we will be doing is providing for the needs of that family as well. And that will be happening again August the 19th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Barnes Street, learning what resources we have. So we as citizens will know what is available to us and where do we need to go to get it, so we can have a strong city because our citizens will be strong.
And it's obviously going to be important to get as many people out there as possible. So are you guys doing anything special to promote the meeting?
Well, one of the things we're doing is talking with you with our morning news, because you're a valuable source to getting information to the community. But we also work with the agencies so we can utilize their services to get the information out. And I would also like to acknowledge that Florence School District 1 has already placed the flyer on their website, because as you know, our school district has the body of our children. Mm-hmm. So they placed it on their website so that the parents will have access. But we as a city, we will also be placing that information out as well. But we want to be able to roll it out consistently so people have that continuous access to be aware of it. So it's important to talk to you as our media and also to use social media.
And the youth have always been a concern in the city, especially with the recent level of gun violence and violence and gangs. Is this one way to help get them feeling like into a community so they don't have to look into sort of bad situations to find companionship or friends or whatever?
Well, when you look at the numbers, a lot of the incidents that have been occurring are usually in the ages of the ones who are like 17 or older, and some of the peak has been 21 to 23. And the efforts of the Mayor's Youth Initiative is actually to intercede early, to break a cycle, to let young people know that they have other options. And I also like to remind people that when you truly look at what's occurring, majority of our students here have done well. It's usually when you see someone who's done something that's not positive, that they get the notarization. I want to call to mind yesterday when we had the Navy here presenting me an award. We had young people here presenting the colors. So we have great young people in our community. The Mayor's Youth Initiative will serve to help promote them, but also the ones who may not be on the right track, help them before they get into deep trouble.
Okay. All right, let's look at the Coalition for Humanity and Community and Downtown Development. I know the city is launching some initiatives downtown, especially with the movie theater downtown and things to improve that. And so you want to go into a little bit more detail on those?
Well, the theater, for one thing, is trying to bring back an environment downtown. So if you're walking through downtown, you want to go in some place and have some entertainment, that will be there. But as you may also notice, there's some new restaurants coming aboard with us. And I also want us to be aware there's a major art project that will be taking place actually at Reverend Thompson's barbershop area. And it's going to be a beautiful art mural that has started because community came together with a local artists and started to painting panels. So you can see artwork start to brighten up the downtown Florence areas. And also keep watching because we will be bringing more residential properties downtown to create more of that livability in our downtown area.
Yes, I've heard about the apartment complex that's going up not too far from here, I believe. So I haven't got a whole lot of details on that, but I know it's coming. So we're excited about have another apartment complex downtown, and then also all the other housing initiatives that the city has with the help with the down payments and things like that for people that meet certain income requirements. So is that something that's also important, is all the initiatives that the city has to build housing and not just apartments, but permanent housing for residents?
Yes, as a city, we have focused heavily upon home ownership. As we know, based on some various statistics, it's shown that when family own a home, the children actually do better in school. And also when you have ownership, it stabilizes the community. So as a city, we have a down payment assistance program for individuals who qualify. They can receive up to $25,000 down payment assistance. The requirement is that that home be within the city limits. So we will continue that program, but also we will continue to work with developers to provide temporary housing for those who may be here and they want to see the city of Florence before they select this area to live in our home. So when you speak of the apartments, Urban Square will be located right across from the city center here in Florence. That would also have a hotel, some retail, but also a new parking deck that the city will be breaking ground on. So you will see that. Then the residential phase you will see as well. And that residential phase will have townhomes there. So we have some great projects that will be going on here in the state of Florence. Also a project that will be working on more townhomes, actually 2 different locations. So we're working with developers right now to have those plans come to fruition.
Okay, sounds great. Now, the Florence County Economic Development Partnership, I know that you guys work hand in hand with that. How are we doing on recruiting businesses and industries into the city of Florence right now?
Well, you know, Joe King has done an excellent job of doing that, but now Greg, he will be taking over. He's actually going to be here Monday to come and talk with us publicly with the city council and up to the public to introduce himself. But there are already projects on the table that he's working on to come here to Florence. And I say Florence because when you have big industry, those usually go into the county, because you may hear me say on many occasions, the county has the land, but the city has the water. So we have to work together in order to bring the industry here. So we do have industry that's looking at Florence, and we're pretty high on the level of receiving those industries.
All right, sounds good. Let's see, you also mentioned the third prong and the Resilience and Sustainability Advisory Committee is getting green initiatives and things like that going. Can you just tell me a little bit about more about that? I know that the city recently purchased that motel on Palm Meadow, and I see that that's the deconstruction of it is ongoing, and that will become part of the park there. But what else are we looking at?
Well, with that initiative, I think it's so important because, first of all, that's one of the gateways when you come from the airport into the city. So here again, we're working in combination with the county. We will be preparing coming this Monday to zone that hotel into the city because it was in the county. So we want to demolish that, and then we will extend the park, Levi Park, out to that area, therefore increasing the green space that we have here in the city as well. But also with those projects, we have a resiliency and sustainability committee. They can look at various options that we have for funding throughout the state and from the federal to continue these initiatives. And I know you're aware that throughout the nation, there are initiatives to look at our climate, but also to look at what things can we do to decrease the heat that you find around a lot of concrete. Mm-hmm. So with that committee, they will help us to move away from all this concrete that causes such an increase in our temperature levels. And usually I find it within the downtown areas and your historical African American communities. So those are things that resiliency and sustainability can work with on. Not only improving green space, but also helping us to get the funds to meet those needs.
All right, sounds good. Is there anything else you want to add or that I may have missed that you want to add and talk about? I
think you did wonderfully. I just want to encourage everyone for August the 19th, come out, see some of the partners that we're working with. I mean, from the school district to so many others that I don't want to start naming them because I might miss one. But it's important that we as a city work collectively together with our citizens, but also with our county. Because when people hear the word Florence, they don't think, well, is that city or is that county? When they're driving through the city and may drive through a part of the county, go back into the city again, they only know Florence. Mm-hmm. So it's up to us as one Florence to come together to make the whole of Florence a better place throughout the city and the county. Take care of our children and take care of our families because they are the city and the county.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for yours as well.
This is Chris Day reporting from the Florence City Center. Thank you for watching.